Imagine your car breaks down in a remote area and you're all alone. Or you're hiking and you suddenly become lost and your cell phone isn't working. That happened to me. Well, would you panic or would you be prepared to survive until rescue comes? With all the hiking I do, I decided it was time to take a wilderness survival course to make sure I know the basics of survival. And hopefully after this, you will too.
Welcome to Mountain Shepard's Wilderness Survival School, located in the beautiful and rugged mountains of Southwest Virginia. Here, Reggie and Dina Bennett train military and regular folks how to survive the worst-case scenarios and live to tell about them. The Bennetts focus on 7 main survival skills: positive mental attitude, first aid, shelter, firecraft, signaling, water, and food. Most people think that finding food and water are their top priorities in a survival situation. But actually, it's building a safe and secure shelter like the one behind me that should be your first order of business.
Because the environment is going to do you in a lot quicker than most anything else.
Reggie, a former U.S. Air Force survival instructor, showed us how to take a simple plastic sheet you can buy almost anywhere, a piece of sturdy string, and in no time, you've got shelter.
What's great about plastic is very forgiving. Even if it's not perfect, it's still going to work for you.
And this time of year, the forest floor gives you all the stuffing you need to make a comfy mattress. CBN videographer Rachel Hooley and I were determined not only to make our own shelter, but to sleep in it. Hey, it's working. Hey! I'm very excited about our mattress tonight. Look at this. This is going to be better than a hotel. Well, we are here, snug as a bug, in our tent. Here's Rachel.
Hello.
How does it feel?
It's cozier than I thought it would be.
It rained during the night, but our shelter kept us warm and dry. Another vital part of survival, especially in winter, is fire. Fire serves a number of purposes other than simply keeping you warm. It allows you to cook, boil water for drinking, keep bugs and predators away, acts as a signaling device, and supports the #1 survival skill, keeping a positive mental attitude.
But what would happen if I threw that right on my tinder? What would I be doing to tinder? I'd smother it. So see, this is where the platform and brace comes in. You put the brace next to your platform like this, right next to the tinder. Then you take your first kindling, bunch it up nice and tight, and you set that right over top the fire. If you see any smoke, it's saying, Reggie, I need oxygen. And all you have to do is just lift the brace up.
I chose the flint and steel method to make my fire. I used a cotton ball smothered in petroleum jelly as my tinder. Vaseline, hand sanitizer, even chapstick makes a cheap and easy accelerant in an emergency situation. So if you come out into the woods and you don't have an accelerant to start your fire, you can simply take a very sharp knife and scrape it and create what's called like a fluff, which makes excellent tinder. Fellow survival classmate Sage was successful using just fluff from the wood and a fire starter to get her blaze going. Now for one of the most important elements of survival, water. The average person can only survive about 3 days without water. You can survive 3 weeks or more without food.
Your body is about 75 to 80% water. So you are going to get dehydrated really quick if you don't keep sipping that water. Remember what we say here at our school, ration your sweat, not your water.
If you're in a situation where you don't have water purification tablets and cannot boil the water, try to find the entry place where the spring is coming out of the mountain, like this one.
The water's coming out of the ground right there. See it? So it's being filtered through this ridge, hits this area, and comes out right there.
This provides your best chance of drinking the water before it's contaminated by animals and other bacteria. And last on the list, but not least for most of us, is food. Reggie showed us how to make a squirrel trap with a simple piece of wire.
And I'm just going to funnel him right into my snare.
This time of year, edible plants are scarce. Fortunately, the forest provides plenty of edible bugs. The best way to eat any insect is to cook it. Worms, grubs, termites, crickets, and beetles are your best bet. Although today, we went for what we could find, the popular wood roach.
Oh, Whoa, look at this. It's a buffet. See, I told you when you find one, you usually find a huge family.
So in a survival situation, if we were really hungry, this wood roach would be an excellent source of what?
Of the fats, the carbohydrates that you need in a survival situation.
Okay.
Which you're not going to get from plants. So I'm not saying don't go after plants, but these are readily available. They're all over the world. If you use those rules that I taught you, this is what you need.
Okay, so we're going to roast them. All
Okay,
right.
so we just roast them because they could have a parasite on there. So get them down there in the flames.
Nice and cooked. Okay, I can't believe I'm doing this, but in a survival situation, this little roach would be a great source of fat and carbohydrates. Tastes like a nut.
Yeah, like I knew.
It tastes like a really tasty nut.
Yeah. So
Wow, very nutty.
So you've just got over those food aversions, and now you're going to survive.
Reggie,
All right. You're welcome.
my first nut, my first bug, rather, that tasted like a nut.
You were just saying that to hype this thing, did you? Was it really like that good?
It actually tasted pretty good.
Did it taste good?
I can't believe I'm saying that because it was roach, but I've tasted a lot worse stuff. That was not
I've
bad.
eaten a fried scorpion in China, so I know how.
Oh, you have?
Oh, yeah.
It was probably the most organic thing I had all week. That little bug just living on
Well, what do you got in
wood.
front of you
Well,
here?
if you're going into a survival situation, Pat,
Right.
these are some things that Mountain Shepard recommends. Okay, first of all, you've got to have a good knife. Your knife is like your number one survival priority because it does so many things. It does so many things. Then if you're going to be, if you can get a Blaze Orange trash bag. This is just a trash bag. You can order it online, and they have them around this time of year. You can cut a hole in the top, make a rain poncho. You can also use this for a quick shelter. And also, because it's Blaze Orange, it might help you in rescue.
All right.
If you can keep a little fire starter, and these are little fire starter tablets. These make a quick fire. A whistle and a reflector mirror, great for rescue.
Oh,
It's
really?
Great, yeah. And of course, you want to keep a little first aid kit. This has a quick cloth and also ibuprofen and bandages and all those things. And, and something to nibble on because you don't know how long you're going to be out there unless you want to eat bugs.
Yeah, okay.
And this bag is great because it holds a lot of water. It's waterproof and has a little flashlight also. And you
When
can
do you
get
get this stuff?
Well, you can get this at Mount Shepard's website. And so, and it's very lightweight. And if you just keep this in your car, keep it in your backpack, and it doesn't add that much weight, then you're going to be all set.
The average person watching this show, when would something like this ever happen?
Well, Reggie was saying, like, the folks down in Texas that were going through that massive flooding, they could have used some things like, they didn't have running water. Some of them didn't have heat, so they would have need some of these items as well. So it's, this is modern survival for the modern
If you got
world.
caught in a snowstorm, I know what it's like being a four-wheel drive vehicle and have it high-centered in the snow. You couldn't go. You couldn't drive. You couldn't go
Absolutely.
anywhere.
Your car could get stuck and you could be out in the middle of nowhere. So it's just, better safe than sorry. And so these are just a few of the items. And I have more information about how you can survive in the wilderness and about the Mountain Shepard
You're amazing.
Survival School and how you can get the survival kit. And you can get that by going to cbnnews.com. So
you want to climb the Himalayas? You want to go up?
Well,
What's
what do you
next?
do after Kilimanjaro, Pat? I mean,
Yeah, what do you do next?
So
Mount
I'm kind of looking
Everest.
for my next adventure.
Mount
this
Everest.
weekend in the wilderness was nice.
You really like this?
I love it.
It's great.
I love it. Yeah, camping.
I love camping. I used to, what little bit of camping I did, I really enjoyed it. Of course, at the time I had a little beagle dog with me.
Yeah.
And we were in a tent, my wife and I and somebody else. One of our children, we heard this awful racket outside, and my little beagle dog had jumped a skunk. And I looked outside in horror, and here was this little white thing up in the air, the little skunk's tail.
Oh my goodness.
And my little dog was.
Did it smell? Did it?
Well,
release its
fortunately,
smell?
the little skunk just scurried on away and left him alone. But I don't know what you do with a dog in a tent that's been sprayed by a skunk. But in any event, that was my wilderness adventure.
Well, that's fun.
Well, this is what. But where do you get this stuff again?
You go to it's called the Mountain Shepard Wilderness School, and they are online. And we also have a link to their website.
Mountain Shepard,
And you
will
can
you?
get the
Okay.
get this and also sign up for their courses.
Well, that's very portable. You didn't weigh much at all. You could.
Oh no, just a few ounces.
Yeah,
Doesn't hardly weigh
okay.
anything
All
at
right.
all. So.
Well,
And
Better safe than sorry.
Amen.
All right.